Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Rise of the Powers of 10, number 3. This is one of the books leading all the way to the end of the KRAKOA Age on the fall of the House of X. Really good stuff. So let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this one. This book is written by Kieron Gillen with art by R.B. Silva, David Curiel on colors, letters by Clayton Cowles, and a plethora of different covers at the end of the video. You'll see a few of those because they are Marvel's really going all out for this, to send off the mutants, and they're going to do that by printing out a bunch of variant covers that look really cool, and that now that the X-Men are super hot, nobody's going to want to pass up. So let's talk about this issue, though. In this issue, the real end is never beginning. The past, present, and future of KRAKOA all rest on a trigger finger. The scenario you prayed would never happen plays out as two series that are one, move forward, and crash that reverberate outside the universe. So yeah, this one is going along with Fall of the House of X, and everything is kind of starting to come together. Characters that we saw in that other series are starting to show up here. Now that can probably seem a little confusing, but I think from the get-go we knew that we were going to have to read both of these, just like we had to read both the Hoxpox series, right? So that, I feel like that was kind of par for the course. It's a good way to bookend this universe, this age of KRAKOA. We see a young Moira, which is really interesting because Kieron Gillen writes Moira. Obviously, she knows, right? Every time she comes back to life, she knows everything that's happened in her previous lives. So to have a child worry every day of her life that she might die before her powers kick in is crazy. Like, it's insane. It's nuts. But Kieron Gillen does it in a really fun way. And of course, this is all shown through R.B. Silva's beautiful art. I like R.B. Silva's character designs a lot. I think we see some characters here. There's a lot of action in this issue as well. For a book that focuses a majority of its pages on a small child trying to stay alive, and then maybe a possible assassin coming to kill her. This is just really, really interesting, really fun. And that's what Kieron Gillen does. And that's why I appreciate when he's doing superhero stuff. He's just so much fun. He brings all these little intricate layers. He understands the voices of these characters, or at least the way he writes them. I really like how they sound. So to me, it feels very genuine. It feels very much like he's a longtime X-Men fan that wanted to leave his mark. And I think a lot of these authors and creators in the KRAKOA Age are definitely putting their own specific stamp on the books. But let's take a look at some of R.B. Silva's art. As I mentioned, we kick off with Moira, and we see this dialogue, right? All these little dialogue boxes are there, but something unexpected does come out. I love the beautiful foliage of the trees. It's a really interesting juxtaposition with all the little the little brush that then Moira is walking through. Like, that's very dark, but then in the background you see this beautiful foliage, and it's all kind of framing this assassin that has come for Moira, which, if you look closely enough, obviously that is Charles Xavier, or at least a version of him. Is not confusing, but definitely very convoluted at how everybody's getting to where they are if you haven't been reading everything. And Moira having these visions, knowing what's going on, like present time Moira, right? Because Charles managed to, with some of the other mutants, move themselves out of, like, just all the mutants, move them out of time and space, so that they can be located. The whole thing about becoming Dominion and all that stuff. If you didn't pay attention in the original books, you might have a little bit of a time struggling here. But like all good KRAKOA nature books, this comes with graphs and charts and all the information you need to know to really get on board. There's a big explanation of what's going on at the beginning as well. So overall, I'm enjoying this. I've really been a big fan of the KRAKOA Age. I'm a little sad that it's ending, but I'm also very interested in the stuff that's been announced for the future. So if you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so when we go live, That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.